the guru specifically serving full time, not doing anything else without life. And then the student life, they have the opportunity, they can make the decision to get married also. And so that's, we're fully dedicated to the practice. And so the orange represents renunciation. Whereas the white, generally the white shows that either they're very new and they haven't become initiated or entered into that, haven't been ordained, is that what it is? Ordained, or they've entered into married life, or they want to go towards married life.
Okay.
So that's generally white means married. So.
Thank you. I didn't know if it was just today you feel like wearing orange and tomorrow you feel like wearing white. I don't have a clean.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the blue one.
Someone's here. We have.
Yeah.
There were some people that were coming, right?
Yeah. There's one.
Gus? Is Gus here?
Gus is not coming. Gus probably.
And then. Oh yeah. They're back. Hi. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Okay.
We're getting cushions. She could give this.
Oh, yeah, please.
Thank you so much.
Did you leave your cute little dog at home? Should we get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yes. I'm very quiet, I guess. So I'll try to speak louder. So I wanted to give everybody kind of an overview of natural building and what you can do with it. It's not just building ovens, not just building houses. You can create pretty much anything that you want with it. I have dreams to make cat houses, outdoor showers, all sorts of things with it. So most recently, this is my current project that I just finished right before I came here, actually. I think 2 days before I came. And it's a pizza oven. So this is a jack-o'-lantern. There it is. For Halloween, I just had this thought in my head and decided I wanted to do it. And this is us making pizza, which usually takes, for the oven itself to get up, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to temperature. And then each pizza can take a few minutes. And this is when I first fired up the oven.
That's awesome.
So it's a wood burning oven. You actually put your fire inside of the oven and you cook like that. But you can also cook many other things. You can roast vegetables, you can bake desserts. So when you put the door on, you can put dessert in there and it'll cook it while it's coming down. I didn't show the door in this one, but there's a door.
Oh.
You put the door on, and as the fire is burning out, you can bake all sorts of desserts or bread as well. I've never worked with bamboo, and it's something I'm interested in because we have a lot in Puerto Rico. So I'm taking a bamboo workshop in January with a really, really talented guy he's coming from Costa Rica to teach. And we're doing an outdoor bathtub as well with Tadilact, which is a Moroccan plaster. It's a waterproofing method that was originally used to basically make their cisterns watertight. And now you can build with this. You can make all sorts of showers with it, spas. But these are just some bamboo structures that he's built, and so this is who's going to be teaching me. So this blue that you see here is Tadilact. And basically what you do, it's a lime plastering method that you polish with a stone, a special stone that has, it's a certain hardness, and then you use a black olive oil soap and to waterproof it. And then when it sets up, it becomes really hard and becomes waterproof. This is an outdoor shower or I think a toilet that he built.
This is in Puerto Rico?
This is in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So these are just some examples of some of his work that this is who I'll be learning from.
What is this one right here? What is this building?
I believe it was a house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's very talented. So I'm excited to learn from him.
So he does bamboo and what do you, and then he uses natural paint or something?
What you see here is bamboo.
Hmm?
In between that is, it's actually the precursor to cob building. It's wattle and daub, which I believe I have some pictures in here. And you basically have lattices. You can use bamboo or wood, and you plaster over that, and that becomes your wall. So in the Japanese are world-renowned for their plastering, and that's what they do. So they timber frame their structures, and then they make these walls that are pretty thin. They're only just a few inches.
Yeah, Japanese ones.
Yeah, exactly.
How does it work with insulation? How Japan's a pretty cold place.
They somehow make it work. I don't know. I haven't gone yet. I'd like to. I'm still trying to figure that out. I feel like they probably have some good heating
They must
methods.
have.
Yeah. This is the outside of that. So this is the lattice that I was telling you about, and that's where you plaster. So one person gets on one side, another person gets on another side, and you each just smack your plaster together and spread it up the wall, and then you take a screed and you smooth it out and make it really beautiful.
And it's structurally strong?
Yes, yeah. This whole structure is timber framed. So that's where your, like, the integrity of your structure is. The walls itself aren't as strong as that whole structure, but they're still pretty strong.
I see.
This is a concrete slab that it's on?
He did concrete, yeah. In the jungle, it's just, it rains so much that a lot of people use concrete. It's the one downside. This is an example of an oven that I wanted to show you.
That's the door?
Yes, this is a door on this oven. But I just love the mosaics in this picture, and I'm building an oven starting this weekend in Puerto Rico, and our goal is to do mosaics like this. So you can embed glass, you can embed tiles, you can embed art, basically, and make really beautiful structures. And I just wanted to give you a representation of what you can do with it. This was a workshop I did in June. We made a pizza oven as well.
You're saying put the fire in the oven? You make the fire in the
Fire's there.
Yeah, so you make a fire up front and you heat. So there's an insulation layer on the bottom of these bricks on this hearth floor. You heat all that, and then you push the fire to the very back, and the smoke comes over the dome and out wherever you want it to. You can put a chimney, or you can do it's called a squirrel's tail and run it, or you can just have it come out the face. With this particular oven, I built a smoke chamber so you can't see the smoke coming out. It actually leaves before it comes out the front.
So how does the floor get heated?
With the fire.
It just, the same fire heats the floor?
Yeah, so there's an insulation layer below these bricks. So these are refractory bricks, so they're heated at a very hot temperature,
Yeah.
and they actually refract heat. And then the insulation layer is what prevents that heat from escaping. So you have an insulation layer on the bottom. It's basically a triple cooking oven. You have radiant, you have convection, and then you have, can't think off the top of my head, but it has an insulation layer over the oven itself, and then I plaster over that.
So when you light the fire, you light it in the center and then you push it off to the back?
Push it to the back, yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So basically, you're heating it, your whole floor, and then you push it to the back, and that's where you cook. You cook on that surface.
I see.
And it doesn't use a lot of wood, which is
Yeah, I can see.
really nice. I think
Two
we
logs,
used one big log.
Wow. How many pizzas can you cook in that thing?
I did an oven, or I cooked pizza in an oven in Costa Rica at the place that I interned at, Rancho Mastatal. And we cooked 75 pizzas. We invited the whole community, and we did a pizza night, and it was amazing. Yeah, I did it. I said I want to cook all the pizzas, and they were, yeah, sure.
How long did it take to cook 75?
It was a few hours. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everybody made their own personal pizza. They had their toppings they could choose, and then we just cooked it really fast. And
Wow.
I only messed up 2 pizzas,
That's pretty
and
good.
it's because the guy put too much sauce, and it was the same guy, my friend who was an intern, and he blamed me. And I said, "No, you just put too much sauce," because I messed it up twice. So this is where I recently worked in Montana doing Tadilact. So that waterproofing method. These are some shelves that we did for a local boutique, high-end place, and it's a clothing store. So they wanted these nice shelves, and there's a little light fixture in between,
Mm.
but it just
The strip?
yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it look, the aesthetic is just so beautiful. There's really nothing that compares. This is made from actually limestone. Yeah, so this is a lime plaster. So there's clay-based plasters and there's lime-based plasters. There's kind of 2 different ones.
And you said the waterproofing is that layer of that kind of soap?
The waterproofing, so we had to do this in one day, and we did 6 coats of plaster. So we did 2 base coats plus 4 coats of Tadilact plaster, which is, it's like different sand and ratios to the limestone. And this project was pretty intense. My employer, I'd never worked with him, and he came out for this one because it was very, if you mess it up, there's a lot of work. And so,
Some sort of frame you plaster on top over it?
no, we use trowels.
What's the structure? Yeah, what's holding it up?
Let me show you real quick.
Wow.
So this is a fast-paced. The structure holding up the shelves, those
Yeah.
are wood shelves.
Okay.
And it waterproof, like it,
Oh, so then you plaster on top of the wood.
Yes, yeah,
So the wood is shaped in this way
yes,
already,
Yeah.
and then it's fixed
exactly.
on the wall, and then
Mhm.
you're plastering over it.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's probably 5 of us working, and each shelf, we did this in layers. Each shelf probably took 2 hours, and so we only took 1 break. We basically went back to back to back because it's very specific, and if you mess up, you have to start over again. So it's very therapeutic plastering, which is why I really enjoy it a
And,
lot.
So when you plaster like this over wood, it gives it a look like it's made of stone or earth.
Yes, exactly. Well, I don't want to go too far in the specifics, but basically you're taking limestone, you're breaking that down, or you can use seashells, you can use eggshells, anything with calcium. So you're breaking that down, you're converting that into a liquid. We basically mix ours we just use water and pigment. So it's a powder form, it's a liquid, then it goes back to a powdered form to break it down. And then You mix that with water, you apply it, it dries, it basically it recalcifies and becomes its original form. So you're taking rock, breaking it down, and then making it rock again.
Yeah.
But you're adding a few additional steps to make it waterproof, which is the polishing. You polish a lot, and you take a stone, which I'll show you right here. So this is us polishing or applying.
You're not painting.
No, this is black olive oil soap,
Oh.
and that soaks through, and then you polish that with a stone, and it's very meticulous.
So is it just the stone? Oh, you
This-
actually
yeah.
manually use a stone, not the machine that.
No, no.
Wow.
It's labor intensive, but it's such a beautiful art form, and
I
It's
can't-
indescribable,
No one would
yeah.
ever guess that it's wood. And
no, you can do
bottom-
this on anything. We've done it on drywall, so you can do it on drywall. There's steps that you have to take to make sure there's this like chemical that you apply. But in Costa Rica, I'll try to find you a picture. We made cob walls, and then we did this method over that to make a waterproof shower. Which I'll show you a picture. I'll find one.
Wow. And the waterproofing, it lasts like good.
A long time. Yeah.
Ah.
You have to like refurbish it.
There's some maintenance you need to take care of. You can't use any chemicals. You can basically reapply soap if you need to, and polish it. But it holds up for. There's in Morocco, my employer just went and they replastered a church there, actually, a mosque, and the entire thing, basically from like these pillars and the walls, they did this method, and it was incredible.
I was gonna ask what kind of soap do you use?
So traditionally in Morocco, it's a black olive oil soap, but you can use any olive oil soap that's high grade. It can't be. I think most of the stuff in stores is mixed with canola and stuff like that. So you want to avoid that. But if you get pure olive oil, you can mix it with that.
Is it the same method if you're using eggshells? Because I want to like try to do like a craft with them using it, but using our leftover eggshells. So we would just grind up the eggshells.
Dry them out, grind it, make it a powder form, mix it with water, add pigments, and then do this method basically. And you might have to do multiple coats, and you might need a lot of eggshells.
Yeah.
That's kind of, yeah.
And what kind
You
of
can see
stone?
the wood at the bottom, huh?
This a lime, this stony soap? Yes.
How much does something like that cost? How much to do?
For them,
Yeah.
thousands. If I had to get, well, we plastered everything. So we did all these walls.
Oh.
We did this arch. This was just part of it.
Oh.
We did the whole. They had a flood and it ruined our old plaster. They had like they had to rip out drywall, and so we had to redo their whole place. Their upstairs flooded
Where was this?
down into. This is a store in Bozeman, Montana,
Montana.
and we plastered it previously, but they had to rip out all this drywall, and it ruined our work. So we got to do it again.
Oh.
It's like guaranteed to have work. Job security.
So is this a company that you work for? Like, so how does someone find like people, professionals like that do this? It seems like a very
What is it
specialized-
called?
It is. Not a lot of people know how to do this, and that's why I wanted to learn, is to kind of have that niche.
What exactly is this called?
It's called Tadilact, which
So
is,
people search for that
it's-
Cadillac.
well, it's actually the Arabic word. It just means to rub, and so that's yeah. But it's known as Tadilact, and it's becoming more popular because people are designers are being made aware, and stuff like that. So we do a lot of showers in Bozeman, and the reason why I wanted to learn from this company is because they're some of the best, and so that's why I spent the summer working and learning
them.
how to do this. Yeah,
Ah.
it's the one thing that I wasn't. Like bamboo and tadelact, I guess, are the two things that I'm
How do you spell that?
Tadelakt. Tadelact. Yeah. This was it was a cat house slash oven that I built. We built in Bozeman.
You put the cat in there?
Yeah. The dog actually, they have a dog and it would go in this little firebox right here. So we sourced all of these rocks from a neighbor. We got all of the clay soil. The only thing that we bought were these bricks were actually from under their house. We bought the chimney. We bought the hearth bricks that are on the oven floor. So most of this came from nearby, which is the beauty of it.
What is it? You were mentioning it's got an insulated layer. Is that just a layer of specific kind
I'll try to find you, I think I have a
It's a
picture.
line that you make.
I think I made a diagram, basically, which breaks down the whole oven, kind of like when you cut open a cake, it looks like that.
What
So
is the insulation made of?
the insulation is straw, clay slip. Let's see, we use pine needles, we use leaves, we use basically any organic material that you can find around your property. And we mix that all together, and I used a lot of sawdust. I went to a carpentry place and asked if they had any bags of sawdust, and they did. So I try to minimize, like the goal is to take what you can from the area, the gifts that are given to us, and then if I have to, I'll go get something else. But I try to get free material, local material, used material that's going to be thrown away. You know, that's the goal of natural building, is to minimize our impact on our planet, which I think we all want to do. These are some of the refractory bricks.
What is that?
This was a little side table that we added on, and they did some mosaics.
Okay.
These holes that you see, a lot of people are curious about these holes. So you poke holes every time you build, because if you add anything to that, it needs something to bind to. So these holes help with plastering, they help with the cob if you're going to add on anything. So
This is, the holes stay exposed?
the whole what?
The holes stay exposed, or you later?
I plastered over it.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
You might be able to see right there. That's
Oh,
that's
wow.
the plaster.
Oh, that's a thick plaster.
Yeah, and
Basically, like under the top layer, you do those holes.
exactly. That was a base coat plaster, and then there's a final coat if you want to go over that. This is the makeshift door. So this is the form that you use so you can make the brick arch, and then you pull that out.
Okay.
And we had one of their friends as a metal worker, and he built a really nice door for us. I'll try to find a picture for you. This was us. Their daughter was involved and really loved it. This was us applying. There's a lot of, an oven is actually one of the most technical things that you can build, because there's so many different mixes and they have to be correct. So this is a dense oven layer. And then, so this goes over a sand form, a dense oven layer, and then you have an insulation layer that goes over that. So there's 4 different layers on an oven. This is my friend Scott holding. This is the sand form, and that's basically what forms your chamber. And you put we put newspaper over this, and then we put that mud cob layer over that.
Oh, wait, so you have like a mold kind of?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you put the first layer.
And then you
So-
put your dense layer, and then once that dries, I can remove all of this. So I pull out this sand form, yeah.
And what is it? What is that made out of? That frame? Thing you pull out?
Just the wood. Yeah, it's just wood.
It's wood.
Yeah.
So the wood is what you have that initially makes the shape, and then you build over it, and then you take the wood out.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
Where is this?
This
Also Montana?
this is in Montana.
Oh, wow.
I was working for the lime plastering, and I had 3 days off, and I wanted to keep building, and so I found some people, and I reached out and I said, would you like to
Wow.
host a workshop? And they said, sure.
How many people were you able to get out? So did you just do it like as an instant thing, or is it something you
Kind
planned?
of, yeah.
And that many people came out for that, huh? That
Yeah,
quickly.
people are really want to do this. Like,
So
it's
how did you gather the people?
posters, Instagram, word of mouth. Yeah, it's not, I mean,
In how many
you've
days?
seen,
did you
you've seen the
gather-
reaction from people. People, they want to do this, you know, they're into it, so.
How many people did you gather in how many days? Just
I think 10 for this.
in 2 days, 3 days?
Oh, no, there was, I think I had a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
month, okay.
Yeah, I didn't do it like, well, let's do one this weekend.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think I had about
That's
a
like
month.
how-
Yeah,
Well, tomorrow, let's move on tomorrow.
right
you
over,
go-
yeah, right there.
Can you come, bro? Drop everything.
This is, so this is the insulation layer that I was talking about. So this has old wine bottles that we went to a restaurant and just went dumpster diving and found some old wine bottles that were going to a landfill because they can't recycle glass in Bozeman for some reason, in Montana. So we saved these from landfill, and now they're a part of the oven. And you have
You
this,
can put anything in that insulation?
don't get too excited.
I'm confused now. So you can find any old weird bottles, get them.
Yeah, you want, because it traps air, which helps the insulation, and then you fill those gaps with another mix that's different than all these other mixes. So this is an insulation layer, insulation ring. So this is mostly comprised of sawdust, clay slip, which is basically like really, really thick clay, and you mix that all together, and that becomes your insulation. And the reason why it doesn't burn, the wood doesn't catch fire, those shavings, is because of that clay. It creates like a barrier, basically. Yes?
Like, what kind of things can you put in the insulation?
Oh, you can do sawdust, you can do perlite, you can do lava rocks, you can do basically anything that's porous and is around you. And so for this, I think I just use sawdust and a little bit of perlite, if I'm not mistaken.
If you use glass, do you keep it empty or do you have to fill it up?
You keep it empty, yeah.
That was the air.
And you keep them separate from each other because they will shift a little bit, and you don't want them to break. So they have about a 1-inch gap, and that's why the oven's technical, is because there's so many tiny little steps that you have to remember. You just don't want things exploding or breaking in the process, catching fire, things like that. Nothing crazy. This is us making that
Insulation.
insulation layer, yeah. Kids, they love natural building. This is us just stacking all the bottles.
That's a lot of bottles.
Yeah, we use 24. Yeah. It's a big oven. This was a 36-inch oven originally, and I scaled it back a little bit.
What's the biggest oven you've made?
That one. I went a little overboard with the size. This is just people passing cob loaves back and forth to each other. And this is how you mix cob. So cob, adobe, pito pito. It has many names all over the world. But this is clay soil, sand, and straw, and water. And those 4 components you can create so many different things. And that's why I fell in love with,
Sorry, what's the difference between cob and insulation instead of the insulation layer?
Cob is just the name for, cob actually means loaf in Old English. or adobe. It may be known as adobe, or in Congolese, there's a word for it. I think it's called poto poto, if I'm not mistaken. In French, it's bage. So there's many different names for this. So cob is just basically mud or earth mixed with fiber, sand, and water, and that's what it is. But then there's different ratios, different mixes depending on what you're doing.
And that comes after the insulation layer? That is the insulation.
The insulation layer is sawdust with clay, and that's where those different ratios it changes. This is cob in its basic form. This is to make structural. You can mold this. You can make art. You can make buildings. You can make showers. You can make whatever you want.
Yeah, so you wrote these ratios on the thing. I think they're all test bricks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are test bricks, which is very important. First, anytime you build, you want to test your soil. You want to figure out how much clay content, because you need a 20 to 35% clay content. And there's few places that actually has perfect soil that just, you get it out of the ground and you're like, oh, this is amazing.
Montana's like that?
No, I had to mix, we did a 2 clay soil to 0.5 sand. That was our mix. And we did that by making these test bricks, drying them out, and dropping them, and seeing which ones held the best. The one that says no is, that one has, I did that on purpose. It has no straw because I wanted to show people how important straw is. So I basically, this one is 3-to-1, and that one did not do well. But usually you start with a 1-1-1 ratio, and you do it by basically the vessel. So it doesn't matter if you use a peanut butter jar, a 5-gallon bucket, you use the same ratios, and you just make different varying ones.
You use the straw. You wanted to show the importance of using straw. Is it it all binds to the straw, so the straw is kind of like.
Yeah. So basically,
It just crumbles.
so clay is the glue in your mix. The straw gives structural strength, and sand gives structure, and then straw is tensile strength. Tensile is basically this way.
Elasticity?
Wouldn't say that. It's more, it reinforces everything. So basically rebar, what we have now, came from straw. They just replicated that, but did it with metal. And for whatever reason, I guess, building massive structures and.
The iron rods that you see sticking out of concrete.
Yeah.
That's rebar.
Yeah. And which works for a lot of these massive buildings, but you don't need, it's not necessary. This was the rock foundation. I don't know why.
And you just found these rocks locally?
Yeah, somebody was building a greenhouse, their next door neighbor, so they had all these rocks, and we just went and picked them up.
So how should the consistency be?
For the brick?
Yeah, is it like, what's the difference between like the 2.5 and like the 1.5? How is it supposed to feel?
You do that by, let me see if I can find you a video where we dropped them. This, because y'all were talking about living water and having, so I helped my friend in San Antonio build a bog filter, if anybody's familiar with that. It basically takes water from one side. It runs through this, which has plants, and that's what filters the water, and then it feeds back into the water. So it basically cycles any nutrients, and you can have fish in there. But this might be a good option for y'all if you're looking to have some sort of like filtration where it actually, it cleans itself basically.
So how is that these, what did you say, these plants, they clean it?
Yes, yeah, so this is not his old pool, but he took his old pool, which looked like this, and we made it into this.
Whoa, whoa. Go back to the other one?
This looks so ugly, that looks so much better.
This is a,
And the water is so clear.
well, that's because you have a lot of plants that cycle, that filter everything. Just like in a natural estuary, you would have the same process.
So you just recreate those
You're
elements.
just, yeah, exactly. You're just bringing the water from one end to another.
That's wild.
So just see how amazing it is. You can see all the way. Where is this? In San Antonio, Texas?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that's,
Can we go back to that video? How is like, so that you're saying the water goes from the top down to the bottom with all the plants and then goes back again to the top?
yeah.
Is there a pump or how does it get back?
There's a small pump,
Right.
and then it feeds into this, which it has pipes that run through the bottom and out the top. And then the plants, they filter.
It passes through the plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something for y'all if you're interested to think about. This was a super adobe at the Mojave Center in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're plastering the whole thing.
Wow.
What did you call this? A super what?
Super adobe. Yeah.
Super.
So it was actually designed by an Iranian architect through NASA had this program competition to develop structures on Mars.
Oh,
And so he found out that he won. He developed the best way to do it, and basically you just take bags, fill them with soil, and continue. Which I have some.
whoa.
Oh.
So this was Ian capping the dome, and they've built I think 10 structures on their property.
They're on Mars.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not far off.
That's what you were explaining the other.
So this is, I think I
Wild.
have a couple
So
more
what
slides.
what are these circles?
Sandbags.
Basically, they're
Dirt bags.
large worm sandbags,
Dirt
and
bag.
you tamp them. And this compass ring right here is what you basically maintain level. So you're coming in slightly, couple of inches as you go up, a couple of inches, and you reach a dome shape, which is a very, very strong structure. And there's two chains. One leads out. It's called a spring line, and then you just basically sync them together, and you're constantly checking with this compass.
And
I think
you
I have
just
a
plaster
video.
right over these sandbags?
Yes, yeah,
Are the compasses to make sure there's a equal radius?
exactly. And you can see they're constantly going and checking. There's always somebody checking. So there's one person tamping, and there's a team of people basically giving soil and putting it into the bag, and then you tamp it all down, and you're
Tamping means to.
yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work. This
Wow.
is their house. This is the outcome, and these do really well in desert environments. So it just depends. I like to build with climate.
That's all right. Don't like.
They kind of look like the Star Wars houses,
Yeah. It's
Tatooine.
pretty,
Yeah.
everybody likes it. It's pretty awesome.
You could have a Star Wars party. This is tamping.
People would pay a lot to live in that.
You can see the color difference, like where it's been tamped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can, once you tamp it, it's rock solid. You can't tamp it anymore. This was just a door form, basically, that we used. And they have,
How do you use the rings, or you have the frame there, but how do you put the ring around it? Like you need to put another ring, for instance, on
Mhm.
that layer, but there's this big frame in the way.
Build around.
oh, here, you would start from the frame. So this is their door. So you buttress out with some sandbags, and you start. Can I touch this thing and make it with my finger? No. So you would start your next ring going this way.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
This needs to be open for your door. See, there may be, you can kind of see it in the background. So see what he's sitting on?
Yeah, we
That's
see.
called buttressing. This is their door that will connect. All of their domes are connected because where they live in Cochise County, you can have an opt-out permit, but you have to, all of your buildings have to be connected because they're trying to avoid Airbnb, basically, from happening, from people buying land and just building Airbnbs. They want people to actually live there and stuff. What's up, Gus? Gus is here. You was,
Guess.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna.
I love this
Dora
deck.
the Explorer.
So these rafters extend all the way through the house. Well, actually, this is their kitchen, but it extends all the way.
Wow.
And they have this deck that they're building and connecting.
How
Which is
long
cool.
does it take to build one of these structures?
We did 1.5 plus plastering in, I think, like, I can't remember exactly, 2 or 3 weeks. Super fast. It was incredible, actually.
And all weather conditions this can withstand?
Definitely more hot, tropical, not so much cold. Personally, but I don't know how many people have tried it, so I feel like it could work with heating elements and stuff like that.
It can handle rain.
Yes. Yeah, you plaster over the whole thing.
When you said it withstands, did I hear you say earthquakes? I guess.
Yeah, my friends built one of these in Puerto Rico, and they have, I was showing Ali pictures, and there's a crack. I might have some pictures in here of it. Let me see. This was the foundation. So you do a rubble trench foundation, just like with the cob, so that water runs off.
Oh, I see.
And that whole pole, that's how tall our dome was. So it went all the way up to that, if that gives you a scale.
Oh, it's quite big then.
Yeah.
So they actually live in this day to day.
Huh?
Whoever you're building this for, they actually live in this.
They live, yeah.
Wow.
They built theirs quickly. That's their whole house right there.
Wow.
So they could build a house like this within a month.
Easily. Probably 2. I mean, it depends on how many people. If it's just 2 of you, it's going to take a while. But I would say 3 people is a good number to have for that type of building, and you could build a house within a month. Yeah,
Wow.
for sure. You would have a livable structure within a month. This is the inside.
That's beautiful.
This is their plastering, yeah. And if you can see that shower, that pink part, that's Tadillac.
Ah,
You do Cadillac?
I do. Yeah.
and how does wiring and all that work? Electrical and
Same.
What,
They use
push it
solar.
through the sandbags
They
or
use
like what?
they use solar. So you can have your plumbing. You just basically take a form, and you pull it out when you're done, and you can hook up your plumbing to that.
Huh?
Yeah, they have water, everything in the desert. They're completely off grid.
Hmm.
And same with my friends in Puerto Rico.
They have a well?
100% off grid.
They have a well.
Right now, they have to get their water shipped in, and they have storage tanks, but they're
Oh.
working on getting a well.
Oh,
And they're also planting a lot of trees, so they made a lot of swells and stuff like that.
oh.
I think this shows the bathroom.
The floor is also earth,
Earthen floor, yeah.
earthen floor. Ooh, that looks really.
I'd assume that
It's like definitely Star Wars, like.
especially like this is a desert house, like
Mhm.
the floor and the walls are really cold, right?
Really strange.
Like,
Well-
Look at that
take
door.
the-
It just goes up
And
like.
Where they're located, it gets cool at night. It drops pretty quickly, so it's really hot in the daytime, and it gets cold. It actually snows here. So they built, and they do get snow. You were asking.
How are they,
about
there's no heating?
They have a fireplace.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they built a fireplace out of smaller earth bags on the outside. Yes. Sign up right now. You want to build something? Do you want to build? What do you want to build?
What is this, Machu Picchu?
This is Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
I just wanted to show. I wanted to show you these bricks. Yes, ma'am.
How soon
Hey,
after you
tell me
finish
what you want,
building
the beautiful place.
can you move in?
Really
Adobe versus the cop build? Like,
You can move in. I mean, you could move in day of. With the earth and floor, it takes a minute to dry. So.
1 minute.
Yeah. What exactly? 5 minutes. But you can move in
I'm going in now.
as soon as it's ready. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This was this one. So this is.
He built that right there.
This was in Sri Lanka. Yeah.
He built
There
that.
was a temple built on top, which I thought y'all might find interesting. But there was all these bricks just laying around, all these beautiful bricks that have been there for I have no idea how long, and everything. The emperor, you probably know more about like the king of Sri Lanka, maybe.
You know him.
Yeah, the servants had to carry him all the way up to this. They had to walk and there was a whole temple up there.
Wow.
It was wild. So this is a structure that we built in the Azores, which Atlantis. So this is an outdoor kitchen, which I'm building an outdoor kitchen next summer for my friends in Montana. And we had, for this particular outdoor kitchen, we had an oven, we had a rocket Lorena stove, which I'll show you in a minute. We had a bunch of shelving, this reciprocal roof.
So cool.
Do you do dry stack masonry or is there a wall?
This was all dry stack, all of it. They're actually really, really well known in the Azores for dry stacking just walls, and it's incredible. So this is the Lorena stove that feeds from the bottom, and then it goes through a chamber, which I'll show you.
Pots in there?
Basically no mortar. So you take stones and you chink them, or you want the stone to kind of fit on. The goal is to not cut it. The goal is to just find a stone. If it doesn't work, you get another one. And so
Just wait until you get the perfect shape.
exactly. And they have these walls in the Azores that have been standing for hundreds. I'm not even sure how long, but that
What holds them down? Whatever you're pressing on top is what holds them together? Like,
they're stable just by being fitting, exactly, just gravity. So I mean, some of them do fall over, over time. Some of them fall over, and you just rebuild them. You would drive around and see falling over, but most of them are still there. This is our oven that we built, and this has it's kind of a weird shape. It does this, as you can see, kind of this V or a triangle. So this has a squirrel's tail, so you will never see smoke. It runs over the oven through a channel that we built and out this.
the back.
Yeah, it runs through the back. So the smoke enters a chamber here, and it goes over the oven, and you'll never see it. which was a pretty cool concept. This is the Lorena stove. So those two little bricks, that's where you feed the fire, and you feed it vertically. So a rocket stove is unique because it comes back on itself and burns off the smoke. So it's actually a smokeless cooking method.
You could cook with that inside a house then, technically?
People do, yeah. And you just have you run out the smoke wherever. You use the chimney or whatever.
I've heard of people even heating seats
Yeah,
hooked up to the rocket stove.
dual purpose, yeah. This is the reciprocal roof. And you have your primaries, which all lay on top of each other, and then you have secondary rafters, but everything basically becomes stronger once it sets down on the roof. It actually pushes up and locks into place. So there's no pillar in the middle. It's freestanding, which I have that picture. So as you can see, there's nothing in the middle.
There's a hole in the middle there, right?
There's a skylight, yeah.
Oh.
So basically, you're making a bunch of like right triangles and like stacked around.
Yep, exactly. And I think I have a
I
diagram.
made something like that.
Oh, you did? Nice.
It was like we made like an altar, and like the dome for it was like shaped like this, except a lot steeper pitch.
Yeah.
There's no nails or anything.
There's some bolts and thread to connect everything. You could do it by lashing it together. That's traditionally how people did it, but it's a little more, I guess, beyond my skill set. I haven't learned that portion of it. I would like to. So here's how you feed the fire. It's very counterintuitive. It's kind of weird at first because you're putting wood in vertically. Like is this gonna work? But it does. Yeah, it goes through these 3 chambers and it goes out the back.
So cool, this cooking right there. And the pots don't directly come in contact with fire at all.
No, absolutely not. I'll show you. Let me see. So this is the top view, and you see those 3 little wedges? Those are bricks, and that's what the pots rest on. So there's hot air circulating, and it goes to the next one, and it goes out. So your first chamber is super hot, second not as hot, and then your third is basically for warming. So
that's how you adjust. You want to cook high heat.
yeah,
you go down,
exactly,
you
yeah.
shift it to the
Yeah.
middle one.
And it sounds like a jet engine. It goes when it's really going. This is this is how you build it in the ground, basically.
And what is that stove called?
Lorena or a rocket stove, but trying to remember. I think it was from Guatemala, if I'm not mistaken. There was a nonprofit that started making these for communities in either Honduras or Guatemala. I can't remember. It gets warm, yeah, but you're not gonna burn yourself. Yeah, you'll burn yourself on the pots, but not the actual stovetop because it's earth, so it has radiant heat, but it's not like you would touch a stove or anything like that.
Do you plaster the sides of the stove?
Yeah, definitely.
Those are
Plaster everything. Do what?
Sorry?
We plaster everything.
And those are conventional bricks that you're using?
These are bricks that we found. Yeah, people they had laying around. They have a really big. The place that hosted this has a really big, probably 10-bedroom, 400-year-old place. It's really that's been in their family for many generations. These are lava rocks, so from the Azores. And this is basically insulation. And we found these locally, so there's a lot of lava rocks. This I just thought was funny. This is Stevie. He just kept talking though, and this goat. Yeah.
Question. How does like the strength of the bricks that you make compare to like store-bought bricks?
But if you made them in the sun,
Yeah.
I would say I would prefer to make them myself.
Like
If you had the time, make them yourself. Yeah.
And they'd be stronger?
I think they would be more consistent. I think they would be stronger because, as you know, most things are not made that well anymore. So either find older bricks, but I wouldn't get, for building and stuff like that, the only thing I would use is refractory bricks. Everything else, I try to use older bricks, or you make them yourself. And it's really easy. You basically just make cob, and you put them in a form, and you let them dry. So what people do in communities and have done for thousands of years is they just basically always have bricks that they make, and then you
But
can.
you have to make them in summer when it's warmer.
Well, you need to keep them covered.
Okay.
Yeah, so they need to be in the
sun.
sun.
If you make them in winter, right?
They'll still dry, it just might take longer. Yeah,
I see.
That's bamboo.
this is bamboo. Yeah, so this is in Puerto Rico.
So beautiful.
How did you treat,
My first time using bamboo like this.
how did you
I guess I have worked with bamboo. How did we treat this?
the combs before you started building with it?
So these actually came from a local place in Puerto Rico that treats it. They have a giant pool, and they treat it themselves. They use borax or boron. It's supposed to be non-toxic, but it prevents anything from any termites or any sort of animals from eating it. So we got these locally, and this was my first time. I didn't realize, I guess I forgot that I worked with bamboo, but it was tricky because there's these little nodes, the growth rings, and you had to work around them. So it was very challenging.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
If you were to sand those nodes off, like would it reduce the strength of the bamboo at all?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. It's kind of like a growth ring, or we didn't sand them. Yeah, they do a lot of bamboo in Costa Rica, where I was at Rancho Mastatal. This is the structure from the outside. So my friends did a living earth roof. I stayed with them.
So many people will go up there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so strong that so many people
Yeah,
will
so
go
like
up
it's
there.
like
There's a lot of weight on that thing, a lot, because it's not just us, but it's also soil, it's
That's
grass.
Crazy.
I have no idea how many pounds, but it's a lot.
And it's still held up pretty well.
It's still
Bamboo's
there.
strong.
It's still there. Bamboo's very strong, yeah. There's wood on top of this, there's soil, there's sand, and lots of people.
What's your opinion on thatch roofs?
I'd like to learn. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would love to learn thatch roofs, especially palm. It's just something I haven't had the opportunity to learn. These are some Taino symbols, the original people of Puerto Rico. Before the Spanish came, it was the Taino and the Caribe, and these are petroglyphs from all over the island. But there's the moon, the
Sun
sun,
and the moon, yeah.
and they really wanted that. So this is all of us
Wow.
gathering after we built.
Candlelit?
Yeah, I think that might just be a light.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell. But there's quite a few. I mean, you can see there's quite a few people in there, and we're all sitting comfortably. It's a 3 meter, 15 foot diameter structure. So this is kind of a good, this type of structure is, for a workshop, is really good for people to learn. And, no, go ahead.
What's stuffed in the skylight?
Oh, that's We didn't quite finish the skylight yet, so that's just to cover it from the rain. It's a tarp. I didn't realize that was there. Yeah. It's just decoration.
Would you say this is much more simple than doing the bags, like the way you did it?
I think the bags are easier.
The bags,
Yeah, actually.
but it takes less time
I'd say
to make.
it's just quick. I mean, you can do as many layers as you want in a day, and this you can only do about 3 feet a day. That's exactly before it starts. We call it splooging, and that's bad because you have to shave it off the next day with a saw. So we had a few days where it was pouring down rain, but we still built, and the next day, I mean, I'm pretty sure we sawed off half of what we put up there because we was like building with pudding at that point. We probably shouldn't have built, but we needed it to get this thing. So
How long did it take to build this?
28 days.
Oh, still fast.
Yeah. And
How many people?
for this one, 14, 12, somewhere around there.
How many of them had experience with building stuff in the past?
Maybe a couple of people. She's a Boricua. She's Puerto Rican, and she has conventional building experience, but most people have never held a hammer, never had a drill. It's like teaching newbie, yeah, just completely brand new people.
How much did it cost?
To build this,
Materials.
this probably about 5 to 10,000.
Wow.
Maybe less. But that's also including things like flights, instructor flights, and stuff like that. There's like more. It kind of includes. That's all encompassing. You can build one of these structures for 5 to 10 grand. If you build this like just you and your friends, all of y'all, you could probably do it for a lot less because you don't have those expenses. And if you're sourcing as locally as possible, if you're harvesting your own wood, if you're getting your own soil, you get your own rocks, it can cost a few $1,000s.
You could put a wood burning stove in there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
to
for
keep
sure.
it warm.
I'll try to find you a picture. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So, obviously you use bamboo here, would logs do the same job?
Yeah. Yeah, you can use pine, you can use Douglas fir. Those are good structural pieces of wood. And you basically, there's just sizing. You have, depending on how big your structure is, you basically want to follow the IBC code for that, the International Builders Code, and you need a certain rafter for certain spacing and stuff like that. So it just depends on, we just know these structures, we know exactly, okay, you need your rafters 5 inches to 3 inches, and then 15 feet long. And we just know it because we built them.
Do you not like putting lintels on the windows?
We did, no, I think we did.
It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Let me see. This one doesn't have. I don't know. Lintel is like yeah. I don't. Sometimes it just depends on the host. They didn't want that, but other structures we put lintels, and so I try to put lintels. I think they look nice. I think they're aesthetically they make everything kind of stand out. I like rock lintels especially. Does everybody know what a lintel? It's a piece. Yeah. I love it.
We have about 5 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Reciprocal roof information. This is just a cool diagram. The rummy is basically like I was talking about. That's how you determine you can change that, and you can change the entire apparatus of your roof. Yeah. Who doesn't like math? Someone say they like math. You do it on the ground before you put it up, just to make sure everything fits properly. And I would say bamboo, it's not this is not my favorite thing. I would prefer working with other types of wood. It was hard because you can't really cut anything and adjust anything. It's just that's how it is, and you have to work with it. So it was very, very challenging. This is the foundation with the earthen floor. This is the base earthen floor, and then you do a final coat over that.
You use manure for that?
Whoa.
Yes, yeah, we used horse manure, fermented horse manure.
Oh my God, this is
it right here.
This is a structure in Tennessee, actually.
They got a wood burning stove. in
This
there,
is
too.
in Tennessee.
Oh.
Tennessee, you can build like this.
This was built in Tennessee. I wasn't a part of this, but my instructor, this is one of his builds. So this is a good representation of, well, so there's a wood stove in there, but you can actually you can combine that bench and that stove, and you can heat that bench, or you can heat a bed, you can heat your floor, you can have radiant heat. So, I mean, I think these would work great in Tennessee for sure.
This looks like infinitely better than whatever home you get.
Yeah. And then also having windows that have like the triple pane or the double pane, which have an insulation layer. That's important. I wouldn't do a single pane window. And a lot of that you can get at the restore, the home restores and stuff, where people, like wealthy people, throw stuff out all the time. They don't care. They just like, I want something new, and they just, they don't care. This is a lintel. Sort of. It's more of an aesthetic lintel, but
Home restore?
you could put it over the window. And there's all this sculpting. You can do niches, you can do sculpting, you can do, the sky's the limit. We put wine bottles, we embed wine bottles so that the light comes in. As you can see, you can put little niches for candles. You can do all sorts of just anything you want. I mean, you can put pictures of the Sri Lankan temple guy.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
This is in Tennessee?
this was Tennessee. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, this is the outside of the same building?
This is the outside.
Are there ever issues with the shelves, the wood of the shelves ever not drying properly into the cob when it's set into the cob?
The shells. I'm sorry. What?
The wood in the cob for the shelves? Do you ever have issues with it not drying?
Oh no, the whole.
Drying too much because the wood is absorbing the moisture from the cob?
No, the whole structure. You slip anything that you put in your walls. So windows, doors, wood, shelves, desks. You slip everything, and that creates kind of a little protective layer over it, and helps everything bond together. But these structures will dry within a few weeks.
Slip with the material of the wall?
Yeah. You slip it with a clay slip, a thick clay slip. Their foundation is a little wonky-tonky. It looks like they did a dry stack foundation, but you can use mortar if you need to, if you feel comfortable. Just try to limit your usage. And these structures are meant to move with earthquakes, with any sort of seismic activity. That's kind of the whole point. They're meant to shift a little bit. They're not so rigid like we build now with concrete and rebar, and then everything just crumbles because it's not able to shift. The whole point is for it to do that. And as you can see, there's wine bottles all on the wall. There's sculpturing. They have an elephant, mushrooms, seaweed or something. I'm not sure. Trees. These are just a few examples. There's tons of examples out there.
What kind of oil do you like to use for the earthen floors?
Linseed oil, I think, is the best.
Right.
Well, we got about 1 more minute.
I had a,
Anyways, I want to take the chance to like thank you for coming.
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
like, sharing all of this. It's
of course.
like really awesome, really incredible. We're really excited, actually.
I had a video that showed, which I'll just send to you, and maybe y'all can watch it some night. It's a 10-minute, basically time lapse of building this thing from start to finish.
Oh, that'd
And
be
so
awesome.
it would be good for you. But there's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of books. I recommend, just go out and build something. It doesn't matter. Just try it. Even if it's like a dog house, you have a dog, build a mini dog house. Replicate this as a model, and then you build.
We wanted to know when is the next project that you're doing, you say you're gonna.
So we have a workshop with my instructor, Clay Sand and Soul, and we're doing a workshop in January, Puerto Rico.
When are you doing workshops in this area?
When we get our, we're gonna.
Tennessee, yeah. Which we're trying to figure out the details of that. Yeah.
Are you gonna post that on your account?
We'll probably collaborate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm working on my website. I've kind of been.
Eager.
Yeah. I've been focused on other things. The technology's coming, but I'm getting there.
In your ovens, do you use any straw?
Yeah. But not on the dense oven layer. That's one of those technical things that I was talking about earlier. An oven is super technical because you have so many different mixes, and if you put straw on your oven layer, it could catch fire. So don't put straw on your oven layer.
Thinner layer.
Over your sand, I'll get with you on this. I think everybody wants to wrap up. Probably has stuff to do,
Yeah.
but I'll get with you on it. And there's also a good book that I can recommend too. I think I brought it with me.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks. Thank you. I hope you were inspired.
Oh, I'm very inspired.
You were the most fired up.
I never thought I'd ever want to build stuff ever in my life.
Oh.
I'm pretty fired.
He's gonna become Bob the Builder.
I'm like ready to build some stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
TV and other things.
We're gonna do a little song upstairs.
Okay, well, I'm done with the RT now.
The beginning of this month.
We're gonna have